Welcome back for another edition of the DRF Harness Spotlight. Derick Giwner, along with GQ's Man of the Year, Matt Rose. We're going to discuss Rosecroft Raceway, the $100,000 Potomac Pace on Sunday, November the 10th. It's race number 9 on the card. And boy, Matt, they put together a pretty nice field here for this invitational.
Yeah, I mean, purse-wise, we've seen bigger purses out there for $100,000. Yeah, I mean, they got a pretty stacked field here. You see a Breeders' Crown winner, American History, a couple of hard-knocking Ron Burke 4-year-olds, and the ever-popular McWicked, all coming down to Rosecroft in Maryland for the Potomac Pace, $100,000. Good job by them to get this nice field, and should be an interesting race, as I'm sure in theory, the race will go through McWicked, but I'm sure we'll discuss momentarily if and how he will be trip dependent. And I got a sneaky suspicion we're both going to try to beat him. So I'll just pass it over to you and say, okay, what's your opinion? Where'd you go?
Well, Director of Racing Pete Hanley told me that one of the things he was excited about is that he was getting guys like Giwner and Brian Sears down there to drive who don't usually show up. A guy like Joe Bongiorno's never been down there before, which is nice. But interestingly, they have a couple of bonuses here. If Slick Tony, which is the only Rosecroft driver in the race here, if he wins, there's a 20% bonus, and if the field happens to set a track record, there's a $10,000 bonus. It's some interesting little things there that the Rosecroft management team has put together for this race.
Yeah, certainly nice incentive. In the case of Slick Tony, it's just he's just been a winning machine as a 4-year-old. It's just unfortunately he gets stuck outside a power-packed field. So the local connection is going to have a little bit of difficulty, I think. If they do win, they'll pay a huge price, that's for sure. But it's a shame. The local guys get stuck outside, but it is what it is with an open draw.
With the exception of Slick Tony and Delta Winner, all these horses are coming out of the Breeders' Crown Open Pace, won by American History. And we're going to take a look at that video here, see how they played out last time. You'll see Dorsador Hanover, who is on the lead here, American History in the pocket. McWicked is first over.
Yeah, Dorsador Hanover, very good try. Pretty much 2 move to the lead, went an honest pace. And you see American History, Joe Bongiorno just got the horse. The horse is peaking at the right time, got him in the right place at the right time. And you see Joe Bongiorno going to work, and he draws off to a pretty convincing 2-length score here at a very reasonable 5-1 price. I'm pretty sure you liked him in the Breeders' Crown. If you liked him there, do you like him here, or do you think there's going to be like that bounce theory in effect where a horse comes off a super race and then doesn't perform as well in his next start? It certainly is a good spot from post 2, that's for sure.
I like them there. I like them here, but I just don't like the price I'm going to get here. I think one of the reasons why I like them is that I knew I was going to get a good price. Here, I don't think we're going to get a very good price at all. I think you're probably looking at maybe 9-5 or something along those lines,
and probably deservedly so off that win and from this inside post. He's rated as a slight second choice at 3-1 in the morning line, and with McWicked getting the respect that the morning line odds maker. This is a winning spot. I mean, this is a legit spot. He's supposed to take money. He's supposed to be live. And if he does win, you're not going to get a heck of a lot of value on him. But it certainly belongs in all your tickets. I'm kind of with you where I'm looking for a little bit of value here, trying to beat American History, trying to beat McWicked. I'll just go right into my selection. I landed middle of the pack with a Ron Burke trainee. This is the plan. One of the 2 aforementioned Ron Burke 4-year-olds. This guy's made almost $800,000 this year with only 3 wins, but he's shown versatility. He's been right there with good speed. He's just had some tough, more than his share of tough luck. And with Giwner in his mid-pack posts, we know he has the versatility. He can leave well. He's shown an off-the-pace effort. I just think Gingras got tactical options here. And if I can get somewhere around that 5-1 price on a horse that has proven that he can go with these and just needs a little bit less bad luck. I certainly think he can take this.
I think you definitely get 5-1 on this horse. At least there's no doubt in my mind you will. If I knew for certain that Yannick would take back and come from off the pace and try an off the pace trip, and I can get like 8-1, I wouldn't be opposed to taking a shot with a horse like This Is the Plan. I ended up going to number 3, Dorsador Hanover. I feel like this 4-year-old is really just coming into his own now. I mean, his last couple of races have been really solid efforts. It's not that he was a bad horse before, but it just took him a little time, I guess, to get to this point. Maybe he's matured a little bit. I think that the price is going to be right here. I think we're probably going to get, let's say, 3-1 on this horse, and he really was every bit as good as American History in the Breeders' Crown. He was just used a little bit harder, in my opinion.
Yeah, he talked about American History. It's also talk about a horse that took a little while to get going this year. He put it all together. He peaked just at the right time in the Breeders' Crown at the expense of Dorsador Hanover. Is Dorsador Hanover now? Is it his turn? Is he peaking now for this race? I can certainly see that logic. So we're both kind of on the same page with a Burke-trained 4-year-old trying to get a little value. Where does this leave McWicked and Courtly Choice, for that matter, from horses that have not maybe been able to match strides in the speed department early on? Where does that leave those two horses?
Well, as far as Courtly Choice goes, I mean, I'm not one that really, keys in on driver changes necessarily. But the fact that Tim Dietrich jumped off Courtly Choice that he was listed on and ends up on Endeavor, I think that says a lot about where Courtly Choice is. I think especially if This Is the Plan decides to go with the closing tactics, I just don't see, Courtly Choice just blowing by that one from off the pace either. And McWicked, I don't know, he's just not a horse that I like to bet from outside posts, especially on outside posts on smaller tracks. This is a 5/8. I just don't see how he gets into this race. Sears, I'm sure, will push away a little, look for a seed, and try to work out a nice cover trip and hope.
So do you see him in front of Courtly Choice or behind Courtly Choice? Because if he's behind Courtly Choice, he's going to have too far to come, and I don't think he can pass that one from behind. I guess it all comes down to the beginning of the race. Brian Sears has done a good job his last few starts, coaxing a little bit of early speed out of McWicked to improve position. He's going to have to do that here because, I mean, he could end up third over or worse, and that's certainly not a winning spot necessarily on a 5/8 track, no matter how fast they go. So, like I mentioned, McWicked is a slight morning line favorite. Will he go off the favorite here? I don't know. I think you might actually. Is this a week you get a little bit of value on McWicked if you hope that the race falls into his lap? You certainly can't. He can be excused. You can't get on him too badly for that flattening out after that long trip in the Breeders' Crown. But like we've mentioned time and time again this season, although he keeps proving us wrong, he ends up sometimes in a tactical disadvantage here. So basically we're on the same page with two different Burke horses, like I said, trying to beat American History, who will probably be deservedly overbet, and beating McWicked. You landed on Dorsador Hanover with, I assume, speed tactics. I'm looking at This Is the Plan with potentially off the pace tactics. Anything else you want to add for this nice $100,000 race?
No, I'm looking at Dorsador Hanover. There's a $5,000 guaranteed pick 5, I think, on the card. It might
race
start
7.
in race number
This is
7,
the third leg,
I believe. So it's worth mentioning that that's something to get into. We'll have free PPs for the entire card on drf.com/harness. You can also check out live racing. On the Harness Live, we'll have the entire Rosecroft 13 race card. I think it starts just after 7 o'clock on Sunday. So check it all out, and good luck.